There's been a big escalation in the last 24 hours after the horrifying hospital attack in Gaza. Reportedly, hundreds have died in that carnage after a massive blast at Gaza's Al-Ali hospital. During his visit to Israel, US President Joe Biden vowed to support civilians of Gaza and West Bank. Israel, meanwhile, has set new conditions on aid. In a fresh statement, the Israeli Prime Minister has issued these conditions. First, that there will be no humanitarian aid to Gaza until hostages return. Second, Israel demands Red Cross visits with their captives and wants international support for this demand to ensure hostages' safety. Third, Egypt-Gaza corridor will open for humanitarian aid, but these supplies cannot reach Hamas. After Biden, UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak is currently in Israel to extend his support, his solidarity on his country's behalf to Israel. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu held a private meeting with Rishi Sunak. There's also going to be an expanded meeting that happens in the next few hours.
The world opinion is very clearly divided. The Islamic bloc has come together. You have Iran says that all countries should stop ties with Israel, stop giving them fuel, and also recall ambassadors from those countries and send back the Jewish, send back Israel's ambassador. So that's what the Islamic bloc says. Saudi Arabia has come out very strongly after this hospital attack. And Israel continues to maintain that this is Hamas propaganda that world has fallen for. It wasn't an Israeli rocket or a missile. There is no crater. It's the propellant that caused the fire. There is no evidence that 500 lives were lost. And all of this is the world, or at least the Islamic world and a section of the West, calling for Hamas propaganda. It's information warfare as critical as the war on ground. So Joe Biden came out very strongly in support of Israel. You heard the American president. You mentioned about Rishi Sunak coming to this region. This morning, it's almost like the lull before the storm. An effort is being made to secure the release of the 200 hostages in Hamas custody. All efforts are in that direction, and Israel was asked to show good faith. So perhaps humanitarian assistance that gets in from the Rafah border, from the Egyptian side and not from the Israeli side, that's likely to happen. And then all eyes on whether Israel is able to secure the release of its hostages. Israel has demanded that the International Red Cross be given access to the hostages immediately, and we are waiting to hear from that. I filed a report with all the relatives of those hostages. They came together close to where US President Joe Biden was. They're camping there, and they're hoping that he would intervene and secure the release of the hostages.
Regarding the captives, I clarified three things for US President Joe Biden. First, I demanded the return of our captives, and we are working together for their return in every way possible. Second, until their return, we demand Red Cross visits for our captives. Third, we will not allow humanitarian assistance in the form of food and medicines from our territory to the Gaza Strip.
I'm very pleased to be able to be here. It's an important time. It's important for me to be able to express my solidarity with the Israeli people following what was a horrific terrorist attack. Productive meetings ahead of us today. I'm looking forward to seeing the Prime Minister and President. There's lots of work for us to do.
In the last 24 hours, the IDF proved yet again that terrorists in Gaza not only murder Israelis, but they also murder civilians in Gaza. The IDF has confirmed and proven that it was an Islamic Jihad rocket that hit a hospital in Gaza yesterday. The IDF operates against Hamas and not against the civilian population in Gaza. We will continue operating against our enemy decisively, with determination and resolve.